as a cloud and DevOps engineer. This will be a very interesting session tonight, and I want you to invite your friends and your loved ones because this promises to be great. So I want to stream on Facebook, so that our viewers can watch us on Facebook. So continue it. So you're welcome to tonight's session, and Abid will be here with us tonight, and some other guests too will be here with us tonight. So we're sharing to your page, sharing to the page, Hagital, go live, going live, going live. So we're ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. So I'm happy that you are here tonight, because if you are here, it shows that you're very serious about 2025, and it shows that 2025 will be a great year for you because what you need is knowledge. Information leads to transformation. You just need knowledge. If you have the right knowledge, you will do the right things and you get the right results. So if you are here with me tonight, it's just a sign that your 2025 is settled. I'm just waiting for the link to start sharing on Facebook before I start my session, because some people might not be able to attend via Zoom. So that is why I'm trying to ensure that they can watch on Facebook. So just give me a few minutes to sort the Facebook thing out. And once it's sorted, I will start right away. So just give me one more minute, then we'll start. Okay, I think I'm live now on Facebook. Okay, good. So let's start right away. Let's start right away. It's time to start. So let's go, let's go. Let's get going. It's time to start out to break into tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. How to break into tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. So we're sharing on Facebook right away. So let's go. What's the plan for tonight? How to break into tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer without a tech background. Yeah, like I said, no programming knowledge needed, no coding knowledge needed, right? So yeah, no programming needed, no coding language needed. So number one, introduction to Omiyale Yomi. By the way, I'm Omiyale Yomi, for those who don't know me, the founder, Hagital Consulting. I'll just share a few things about myself. Number two, introduction to Hagital Consulting. Introduction to Hagital Consulting, because we are here because of Hagital Consulting. Then number three, we look at what is, we look at why tech, why break into tech. We have to look at the why. Why cloud computing? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud computing? Then number four, what exactly is cloud computing? Cloud engineering, they are using interchangeably. What exactly is cloud computing, cloud engineering? Number five, how to break into cloud engineering without a tech background. The number six, the next steps. The number seven, questions and answers. So tonight we'll be having a bid with us, and we'll also be having some of our past students who are doing great things in the field of tech, also coming around to share their experience. So I want you to invite your friends and families. I want you to invite people, because if you're at this program with me tonight, I can assure you that your 2025 is settled. And 2025 will be a great year for you, because knowledge will be shared that will change things. So, but before we go, I've shared the outline with us tonight. This is what we'll be examining tonight, the 7 things. And I'll start with number 1. So who am I? Is Omiyale Yomi. So let's start. Let's start with myself. I think I'll start by sharing my pictures. Yeah. Start by sharing my pictures. Then from there, we can get going. So, okay. That's it. And so let's go through my pictures. Let's start. My pictures here. So who am I? So there's no more time. I need to move fast. So this is me. Myself, I like to travel. Was recently in the Middle East. I'm a pastor. As you can see, these are my pictures. I'm married. That's my beautiful wife right there. Yeah. So that's me. Yeah. This was in Dubai. This is at a real estate developer conference. I was talking to real estate professionals. This was at a tech program. So that's all about me right there. So those are my pictures. Who saw my profile? To run through this, we have a long way to go today. A really long way to go. Really long way to go. So invite your friends and family as we show you the blueprint to making 2025 a great success. A great success. If you are here tonight, you will get the information that will make 2025 a success for you. So I didn't start out in tech. I used to be a tax accountant, and I'd worked at a multinational Big Four tax and auditing firm. Then after that, I moved into the oil and gas industry, and I worked as a senior tax accountant with the largest indigenously owned Nigerian oil exploration and production company. And I was there for 13 months. I used to be the pastor of Lighthouse Church, Lagos, but currently I'm the senior pastor of Household of Kings Church, Lagos. So like many of you, I transitioned from accounting. I'd spent 7 years in accounting before I transitioned into tech. So if I could do it, then a lot of you can also do it. So that's my picture. I'm married to my lovely wife. This was many years ago, right? I've not really grown much anyway. Hey, so what else? What else about me? Okay, stop share. I don't know why this just suddenly stop sharing. Don't worry, not to worry. I'll bring it back. I clicked on something else. Okay. Good. Okay. So I think I'm back. This was me some years back. Also traveled. This was at the start of Household of King's Church. At the start of the church, as you can see. So that's so you saw. I'm a tech trainer. I'm the founder of Hagital Consulting. I'll still tell you more about Hagital Consulting. I'm a pastor. I pastor Household of King's Church at Ojodubega, Lagos, and I'm a real estate developer. So you can also check me out. I have an Instagram page. Check out my Instagram page and find out a little about me from Instagram. Okay, so Instagram is Omiyale Yomi on Instagram. Check me out. And from there, we move to the real deal for tonight, Hagital Consulting. So This is me right here on Instagram. For those who want to get some more information about me, you can go through here, my thoughts, my tips, my videos, and you can learn a few things about me right here. So this is all I do on Instagram. So this is one dimension of myself, and tonight you're seeing another dimension of myself. So I'm like 3 dimensions: real estate development, tech trading, and pastoring. Yeah, so that's about me. So let's focus on why we are here tonight, which is tech trading. Yeah, so we are here for tech. So next thing on the agenda, we're done with one. We're done with one. So we need to look at our outline. What's our program for tonight? Okay. Yeah, so we are here. Cool. So I've introduced myself to you very fast. No time to waste. Now, what is Hagital Consulting? Before I start to show you a little thing about Hagital Consulting, we started in 2020 as a registered business, but now a limited liability company. And in the past 5 years, we have helped thousands of Africans and non-Africans to transition to tech and to get tech jobs. And we've also helped thousands more to set up tech-enabled businesses. We have 3 regions of operation at the moment. So tonight's class is for people who are in the Africa region, but Nigeria to be specific. And you guys are getting this training at a discounted price. So I just need to know that. So we also have the Europe region with UK as the headquarters. So we have a good number of students in the UK, almost 1,000 at the moment in the UK. And we also have the North American region where we have hundreds of students. So those are the 3 regions we operate. So there's the Nigeria, Africa, there's the UK, Europe, then there's the North America. But tonight's class is for the Nigerian region, and you get the same quality of training at a discounted price. So that will be shared with you at the end of this training. So I just want you to know that. So Hagital has been on for 5 years. We have trained thousands of students and helped thousands of our students to get remote jobs, get tech jobs, transition to tech, set up tech businesses, and do amazing things, and earn in foreign currency. So earning in dollars is not a big deal for a lot of our students. So introduction to Hagital Consulting. So at this point, I will share a few things with you about Hagital Consulting, and I expect you to be ready. Where do I start from? Let me go to Google. Google is my friend. Google is my friend. So now, the reason why this is important is because when people times reach out to us and they say things like, oh, this tech thing, I've attended tech trainings in the past and it was just rubbish. I didn't get value out of the training. I just hope digital will be different because I'm tired. And what I tell them is, the mistake you made is you didn't do these 3 things I'm about to show you. Before you enroll for any program, this is how you can do a research on the organization before you enroll for their program. So here's what you need to do. Hagital Consulting reviews. So if I come here and I say, oh, we have trained thousands of students, we have done this. Okay, so what are your reviews? So the first thing is go to Google reviews. Look at what I did, Hagital Consulting reviews. So go to Google reviews. Check out our reviews, right? So check it out. You can look at the reviews here. I was looking for blah, this, you can look. I'm currently taking a course with Hagital. I've had a great experience with Hagital. Now, the rule of the game is when people register for your program and they get value, most times they will not make noise about it. They will just move on with their life because they paid for it. But when they don't get value, they will surely make a lot of noise about it. They will surely shout. They will do a manner of things. So in 5 years, we have built quality. We have not just trained people, we have helped people to transition, to get their jobs, to get freelancing gigs, to set up tech-enabled businesses. So, and these are some of the students who found it necessary to just give Hagital good reviews. So there are altogether 164 reviews. You can just keep going on and on and on and on and on, right? So that's the first step. Now, the second step, check out their Instagram handle. Check out their Instagram handle. So at this point, I'll go to Instagram. So we are here on Instagram. So digital consulting. Digital consulting on Instagram. So we're right here. So first of all, when you get to our Instagram page, you see job testimonial, job testimonial. So just take your time to do that. I can't read all this. So you see my picture, of course, student certification. Let's check this. Okay, this is another testimonial from a student. So you see, because we use support group, and the training is via Zoom. We use a WhatsApp for support, for interaction, for follow-up. We can see students giving testimonial here. You can see what people are saying in the class. You can see job testimonial. So a lot of testimonials here. We've not even shared many of them. So you can see there are tutors, what they are up to, what they do, right? So that's the second thing. Check out Google, first of all, then check out their Instagram page. Then also on Google, you could do digital consulting on Google, and you can see one or two things about us, a few things about us. Let me go to the next page. We've been featured on a number of sites. We've been featured on independent newspaper. We've been featured on, let me go to page 3. Featured on Business Day, Guardian, Ireland, and a list of them like that. So now this number 3 is the most important, and I'll take my time in explaining this because it is very, very important. Number 3 is very, very important. Very, very important, and I'll take my time on this. Okay, so we are going to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very, very important. And when we get to LinkedIn, we'll search for digital consulting on LinkedIn, and you get more information about digital consulting there. So let's go to LinkedIn and search for digital consulting. Bam, bam, bam. So we are right here on LinkedIn. So what do we do? Digital consulting. Search for digital consulting on LinkedIn. So when you do that, this will come out very good. So one thing about LinkedIn is that you can see the profile of our student. You can see the project they are doing. You can see the activities. You can see what they have done with the training they've learned after the training. So LinkedIn is a very unbiased platform because now they are not just giving reviews. They are just, so you can see the day-to-day life of our students. So let's go check out post. So I'm happy to share that I'm starting a position as virtual assistant trainer, digital consulting. Emmanuel, but I wanted to share this update with you. You can see our logo showing some of his projects. So let's click show, see our post result. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So click on post. So we can do this. Let me go to page 2. Post. Post. And this just doesn't work well. But okay, so here's another one. Tolu Animi sharing a post. Oji sharing a post. A logo sharing his post about digital. Oh, no. There's just a little. There's a little challenge here. Yeah, with this. But if you check, okay, it's working now. So you can see this. You can see Emmanuel Oyelami. You can see Samuel Olaoluwa. I'm happy I'm starting a position as cloud engineer intern. You can see this post. You can see our logo again. You can see Wisdom is starting a position as cloud engineer. You can see Pascal, that's data analysis. You can see Odinaka. You can see Odele here. So this shows you what our students are up to. You can see Wisdom. You can see Ebiatu. You can see Chukwu Ebuka, Daniel. You can see Chukwemeka. on. You can see God's Power, Mike, Atu, Olamiji, Anthony, on and on, Maxwell, starting. So this is Maxwell, is a cloud, is one of our cloud students. So just take your time. So this just shows you can. So I could just go on and on and on, but there's a long way to go tonight. So let's leave that. So that shows you a lot about the organization and what we have been up to. So now let's go back to our outline. Let's go back to our outline and see what else we need to do in our outline. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. So we are done with introduction to Hagital Consulting. I've introduced Hagital Consulting to you. Now, next thing, why tech? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud computing? If you are with me, you want me to continue, I want to see your hand. Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? Why cloud engineering? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? Okay, so let's get going. I will share a slide with you. Bring this home, explain this better. Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud engineering? Let's move. Let's move. So let's go. Let's go. Everything. I'm going to rush through this. I believe you know what you want to do already. So let's go. Transition to tech and get remote jobs as a cloud engineer and a manual software tester. As a matter of fact, when you register for this program, you get software testing as a bonus. It comes with the program. So why tech? Why switch to tech? First of all, let's be real here. I've been training students now for more than 5 years, and there's always this question a lot of students ask me that, sir, you've been training a lot of students, will they get jobs? And I just laugh because the opportunities are more than the qualified people that can do the work. So tech is a place where the demand is always more than the supply of skilled talent, people that can do the work. So there are always vacancies in tech. I will show you some tonight. So one thing about tech is there are opportunities everywhere. The IT opportunities are abundant, but the laborers are few. Now, another thing about tech is it gives you potential for remote jobs, flexible job schedules, freelancing, and a shortcut into making six-digit income. So in the field of tech, you don't always have to work a full-time job. You can. And this goes to some people who say things like, oh, tech, I'm in my 40s. Will I get a job? No. So in tech, your age is irrelevant. Nobody cares how old you are. What they care is what you can do. And I also want to bring this point that many of you who are watching me tonight, you have intentions of relocating to Europe, to Canada, to US, and to Australia. And I want to share with you the fact that the best time to learn tech is while you are planning your relocation. Now, it doesn't mean when you relocate, you can still learn tech, but you need to learn to be strategic. So I have students in the UK who work 12-hour shifts. And because they attend my training, some of them, instead of doing maybe working 4 days or maybe 5 or 6 days in a week, they have to reduce it to maybe 4 or 5 days a week instead of 5 or 6 days. Some of them have to take 2 days off so that they can concentrate on learning tech. So they take like a pay cut because they can't work 12 hours every day for 6 days straight and still learn tech because the shift jobs they do cannot give them the life of their dreams. It will pay the bills, it will help them with settling their bills, but they can't keep doing that for the next 5 or 10 years or else they will be stuck. That is why you hear things like, oh, he has been in America, he has been in the UK for 15 years, for 20 years, he has nothing to show for it because he keeps working, he's making money, but he's paying bills. So he's working for Mr. Bill. That's just what he's doing. He's working every day just to settle Mr. Bill. So the advice we always give them is, listen, you just have to maybe take 1 day, take 1 day off. Instead of working 6 days, work 5 days. Or instead of working 5 days, work 4 days, so that you can concentrate on this. So for many of us who are planning to relocate, don't wait till you get there. When you now get there, you now need to start to learn tech. I always advise, learn it while you are here. Be grounded while you are here, so that when you are there, after you have done working, you just shoot your CV around and you are just going for interviews. Some of you might even be lucky. Before you get there, you've secured a job there. So learn to be strategic. IT opportunities are bound everywhere. So we have students who have not even finished their training, who have been able to secure a job, right, while the training is still ongoing. So it's all about you. If you're ready to go all the way, the opportunities are broad. Now, potential for remote jobs. You can be in Nigeria and work for companies outside of Nigeria. LinkedIn is your friend. And I wonder, every time I say these things, I see people who are still always surprised. And I wonder, where exactly are you living, right? Which part of the planet do you stay? Because I'm surrounded by people, myself inclusive, who earn in dollars while we are based in Nigeria now. So I'm not saying that, oh, it's just so easy, you just pick dollars. No. But if you are well trained, if you acquire the skill, it is not hard. It's just for you to get the skill and the knowledge. So it is not rocket science. I'm not saying, it's just easy, just go there within 1 week. No. But what I'm trying to say is that if you get the knowledge and you get the skill, this is not rocket science, especially in this administration where dollar just keeps rising. Now, the interesting thing about tech, why have I been on tech training for the past 5 years? Is because no IT background is needed. Majority of my students don't have an IT background. Most of my tutors didn't study computer science. I have tutors who did social sciences, who did biology education, who studied history, who studied economics. I have tutors of mine who are lawyers, but they are now training tech students because they are working in tech companies. They are working in fintechs, in banks, and they didn't study computer science. They didn't study computer engineering. They are not programmers. They are working as cloud engineers, as software testers. So you have to have a mindset shift that no tech background is needed, no IT background is needed. You don't need knowledge of programming. And I'm going to say this many times. Yes, I teach programming, is one of the courses we teach in Hagital, right? But you don't need programming knowledge as a cloud engineer, because what you need is to understand the platform, understand the tools, and how to make use of the tools. No university degree needed. I said so. You can take that to the bank. No university degree needed. You don't need a university degree. More than 26% of IT workers don't hold a degree. More than 26%. So in the field of IT, it's about what you can do. It's about what you can do. Nobody cares about your master's degree or your PhD degree. I have students of ours in Canadian universities, in UK universities, and a few of them in US universities, who, when they came to Hagital to learn, they realized that what they are being taught in school is different from what Hagital is teaching. Then they also made a discovery that what Hagital taught them is what is required on the job. So what you learn in the, and people think, oh, it's just Nigerian schools. UK schools, US schools, Canadian schools, they are good for relocating. They are good for getting the admission. But what you will do on the job is different from what they will teach you in. So even if you go for masters in computer science or masters in information security or masters in this, when you get on the job, you realize that what you are taught in your master's program is far different from what is required on the job. So get away from this degree mindsets, or this degree thing. Just get away from it. The world has changed. There are many tech companies now that don't They don't require a university degree to employ you. Google is one of them. Apple is one of them. They don't need your university degree. Can you do the job? Do you have the skill? Let's get going. So almost 49% of IT job postings in 2017 did not list a degree as a minimum requirement. No age constraint. I always tell people about the story of Buki, right? She's an ex-Nollywood actress who transitioned to tech at the age of 40, I think 44. You can check it out. I don't have time to show you. You can check it out at the age of 44. She transitioned to tech. And today, I think she's in her 50s. She's a senior IT auditor in the UK. She's a senior IT auditor in the UK. So that is tech for you. Age is not a limitation. Age is not a limitation. So take note of that. Now, don't just take my word for it. Let me show you how. LinkedIn is your friend, remote job website, high in demand skills. So don't just take my word for it. Let me show you a little of this. So let's get going. I think I'll start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I'll do cloud engineer. Let's get going. Let's get going. You cannot have a tech skill like cloud engineering with software testing and go broke in life. You can't. You can't. You cannot. So, cloud engineer jobs. Cloud engineer jobs. So now there are two ways to get jobs on LinkedIn, right? This is one of the ways. There are jobs. I don't even want to do last 1 week. No, I'm just interested in the last. Did I do past 1 week? Okay, let me leave it at that. Past week. Let me leave it at past week. So one of the ways is through LinkedIn. Looking at these jobs and applying these jobs. That's one of the ways. Now, the second way to get jobs is through your LinkedIn profile. And when you optimize your LinkedIn profile properly, companies, recruiters will reach out to you, schedule interviews with you, and that is how it works. So, but this is just one of the ways I will show you. So let's look at this. This is cloud infrastructure engineer M Copper, right? So 3 days ago, we are looking for a cloud infrastructure engineer to join, blah, 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 blah. This is a fully remote job. You can see this is a fully remote job with working from locations such as UK, Europe, and Africa. Good. So our expectations are you have strong experience, you have a strong Devops mentality, blah, 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 blah. No university degree needed. No knowledge of programming needed, as you can see. No university degree needed, no knowledge of. So let's go to the second one. Oh, this is senior cloud engineer Azure. A few from us, does this sound like you? We may not change the word, but we can change the word of financial technology. What you will do, strategy, delivery, operational quality, what you will bring. So all these are taught in our program, CI/CD, DevOps. Now, just to clarify, our program teaches DevOps and cloud. That is why we have a 6 months program. So our program is not a wishy-washy program. So all these things are basic stuff, Agile, Scrum, DevOps, Azure DevOps, they are nothing, right? So no university degree needed, no tech background needed. You do the job, you do Azure services, then you are good to go. Senior cloud engineer. Now, this is not just in the UK, just so you know, there are jobs everywhere. Solid, yeah, there are jobs everywhere. Cloud engineer. So now we could just leave UK and we could do something like United Arab Emirates. These kind of countries, they are even very easy to get remote jobs there. They are very easy to get remote jobs there, right? Very easy. So cloud solution engineer, so this is Oracle, right? Or we could just do Malta. Malta is another place that has a lot of jobs. And because of this, Malta is so hot right now that Malta is currently giving a lot of visa sponsorship to tech professionals. A lot of visa sponsorship to tech professionals. So Let me just do Azure. So I have to change it. Azure, Malta, Cloud Architect. Right. So let's check this Cloud Architect role. Don't forget, this is Malta. What we offer, responsibility, GCP. So one other thing about our program is that we teach you all three. So we have the AWS, we have Azure, and we have GCP. So here, these guys, they're interested in GCP and AWS, but we start with Azure for you. So once you've mastered Azure, AWS and GCP will not be hard, right? So just take note of that. So I could just go on and on. When we get to Australia, now these are countries that you don't even have to relocate to, right? You don't have to relocate. There are a lot of jobs in Australia, a lot of jobs in Australia. So you can see cloud engineer, right here, 7 hours ago, nobody has clicked yet. So let me just change it to cloud administrator. There are many keywords. You can use cloud administrator, you can use cloud engineer, but let me just use cloud administrator. Okay, they didn't recognize this. So let's just use cloud engineer. Cloud engineer, Australia. So junior cloud engineer, let's look at this. 4 days ago, look at it, Terraform, Docker, all these things are part of the curriculum. Terraform, as Azure, CLI, AWS. So they just want a junior cloud engineer here. This is basic. This is something very basic that anybody can do. This quality cloud engineer. So what do they require? Same thing. Efficiency scripting languages, AWS, CI/CD, pipeline, Jenkins, GitHub. Hagital, you learn GitHub in 1 month. In the first month, you have learned GitHub, right? So cloud platform engineer, that is Australia. Now, if we now go to the US, that is like the biggest job market. That is like the biggest job market. If I do United States. So you are not limited by your zone. Another hack I want to give you tonight is that African countries like Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, South Africa, they recruit a lot of people from Nigeria remotely. Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana. A lot. I mean, a whole lot. A whole lot. So this is another one, United States. So the sky is just the limit. So let's just do the last one, which is just do South Africa, because I know a lot of people who have gotten jobs from AWS. So I'm showing you that. Now another place to get jobs is through Upwork, and I need to quickly leave this area because I still have a long way to go. I have a long way to go tonight. If you are with me, if you are following me, and I see your hands, I need to be sure that I'm talking to you. I need to be sure that you are following me tonight. Are you with me, people? Are you with me? Are you sure you are with me? Are you sure you are with me? Are you sure you are with me? Okay. I can see that you people are with me. Okay, so I'll continue. Thanks for the encouragement. Thanks for the encouragement. Right. So I want to show you Upwork, and I want to show you what people are doing with Upwork. Upwork is another place where people are getting jobs. People are getting jobs on Upwork. Oh, don't play. Don't play. Don't play. You are getting jobs on Upwork. Let me just show you Nigerians like yourself who are doing amazing things on Upwork. Log in. Doing great things on Upwork. Okay. I think I might not be able to show you that, except if something changes. If not, I might not be able to. Let me try it one more time. Okay, I think it's working now. So got it. So cloud, let me just do Azure, Nigeria. Okay, so Azure, Nigeria, talent. So I'll share my screen now. Okay, share my screen now so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so now we're doing, here's our search, Azure Nigeria. I want you to see, no problem. So open your mind. The whole idea of today's session is for you to open your mind. Now, once again, I always have to make this clarification. It doesn't mean if you start cloud engineering or software testing today, by tomorrow you start earning, but you're already on that pathway, right? So Upwork is a freelancing site and it's not the only site. So you can see people doing great things. Bamiji has done $10,000. He has done $3,000. He has done $10,000, $900, $5,000, $10,000, $5,000, $50,000, $50,000. He has done $10,000. So it's about the pathway. So that's the most important thing, the pathway. So you might not make $40,000 in your first month or your second month, but as long as you're on that pathway, you know that your future is guaranteed. So Adedolapo, Matthias, $40,000, David, Akoni, $3,000, $100,000. Yeah, Paul has done $100,000 as a cloud engineer, as you can see. He has done $10,000, $10,000, $80,000. Okpemi has done $80,000 by sitting down on the platform and cracking it. Right? That is what he has done. Shola has done this. $200, $500, $20,000. He's on his way. $10,000, $500. So when you say tech guys, now I'm showing you what a tech guy does today, right? Because I can't show you how much I have done. So that you won't send bandits after me, right? So $5,000, $4,000, $20,000, right? So enough about that. Let's get back to our slide and get back to what we are here to do. But that is just to inspire you, to show you that it is possible. And it's not a big deal. For these people, they are people that I've trained. Some of them are people that I know. So earning in dollars on Upwork is not a big deal. If you have the knowledge, you will definitely succeed on the platform. So let me go back to my slide. Right. So let's do this. Let me go back to my slide. So what exactly is cloud computing? Now I'm just going to try to explain this as much as I can. But wait a minute. So, but before we do, what exactly is cloud computing? I think there is something I'm leaving out. And I don't like to leave things out. Okay, let me go back to my document. Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cloud computing? I mustn't leave that out. Why cloud computing? Well, I might say I've shared a little with you already. Well, one thing about cloud computing is that demand keeps going higher because organizations are not moving away from the cloud, they are moving to the cloud. So they are not moving away from the cloud, they are moving to the cloud. And since COVID, migration has increased a lot. So let me share some figures with you so that you can make your projection. So how do we increase in AWS revenues from 2020 to 2024? Okay, so let me just go to statistical. Statistical shows this. Okay, so we'll use statistics. I think statistics will make this easy. Okay, so let's go. So let's go. Statistics is all we need here. I will just show you statistics. So this is AWS. There are others, but this is AWS. Why am I showing you this? Now, revenue of AWS has kept increasing year upon year, and this is till 2024. So as of Q1 2014, the revenue was like $1 billion, because this is $1 million, so 1,000 of 1 million, that's $1 billion. But right now, Q1 2024 for the first quarter is around $27 billion. So as this is increasing, why is it increasing? Because more companies are migrating to the cloud. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. And as more companies are migrating to the cloud, they are recruiting more cloud engineers, AWS, Azure, GCP. So this is what is causing the demand. So we say, oh, why jobs? The jobs is because people are migrating to the cloud. They are not leaving the cloud, they are moving to the cloud. So that is why we're having these jobs. So it's all about positioning yourself, right? Whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are relocating, wherever you are just positioning yourself, because the world is moving to the cloud. The world is not moving away from the cloud. So opportunities in the cloud will always increase. So get that skill. So having said that, what then is cloud engineering? Of course, you know that you can't learn cloud engineering in a day, but I will just give you an overview. And after then, I will call on some of our students to just share their experience learning cloud. Then from there, Abid will come on to also answer some of our questions tonight. Abid, I keep saying Abid. Abid is a career coach at Hagital Consulting. He's a technical recruiter. They are the ones who recruit talent. And Abid has worked at Microsoft. He has worked at LinkedIn. He has worked at Teradata. He has worked at Uber. So he has worked at these tech companies recruiting talent. So he has a lot to share with us and with our students too. So let's get moving. Let's get moving. You are still with me. If you want me to continue, can I see your hands? Give me energy. Give me energy. I need your energy. I need your energy tonight. Give me energy. Okay? I see people are firing me up. That's good of you. Thank you very much for the encouragement. So what is cloud? Cloud computing is a technology model that enables on-demand access to a shared pool of computing resources, such as servers, storage, applications, and services over the internet. So let's just break this down. It's not complex. So for instance, I load the meter in my house. And if I load it with units, once I've exhausted the units, that's all. I don't have to buy a transformer. I only load what I need. So that's the same thing with cloud. So what are the resources? For instance, this is my laptop. On my laptop, there is storage. That's why we have a 1 terabyte hard disk. That's 1,000 gig. Then we have processing power. That's where we say things about, oh, the RAM is 8 gig RAM. So 8 gig RAM is the processing speed. oh, it's 16 gig RAM or 4 gig RAM, right? That's processing power. So then we have databases, we have softwares, right? So in concept of cloud computing is that there is no need to buy a gigantic laptop or a gigantic computer of maybe 1,000 terabytes. You just have to pay for what you need per time. There's no need to buy a RAM, a computer that has a RAM of 2,000 gig RAM. You can just pay for the processing speed that you need per. So no need for servers, for storage, for applications. You can pay for these things per unit. Let me go historically. So when Amazon is an e-commerce store, so how did Amazon get into cloud computing? They are an e-commerce store and they're a very big company. So in order to expand their business, they had to acquire massive mainframe computers, supercomputers. They had to add what we call data farms. These are massive computers that are stored on large expanse of land, storing data. And they had to do all this to grow their business. But after they've grown their business, they realized that they had a lot of resources that they were not fully utilizing. So that's how they started the concept of cloud computing and began to compete with Microsoft. So you don't have to invest billions of dollars into these resources. Or let me say, companies don't have to. Amazon has done that. Google has done that. Google is GCP. Amazon is AWS. Microsoft is Azure. They've done that. We also have Oracle. They've done that. So the concept of cloud computing is that organizations, banks, companies, they can have their local servers where they store their files, but they could also back up their files with these organizations. So cloud computing is based on the concept of delivering computing as a utility, similar to electricity, gas, or water. Customers can access these resources on demand and pay for what they use without the need for upfront capital investment. Another example is Netflix. Netflix, and I always try to explain this with Netflix. I think I should explain this with Netflix tonight. I will open my Netflix, right? I believe we all watch Netflix. I just finished 7 Doors recently. Oh, well, I'm not going to do advertisement for anybody. Let me just keep quiet on that. Let me quiet on that. So, okay, let me go there. Now, let's go here. Let's go to Netflix. My platform will not be used for free advertisement. Okay, so here we are. Now, Netflix has hundreds of millions of customers. Hundreds of millions of customers. Let's even check it. Right? Hundreds of millions of customers. Netflix has hundreds of millions of customers. How many customers does Netflix have worldwide? So Netflix has 283 million customers. 283 million customers. Now, another question. How many movies does Netflix have? Netflix has 7,300 titles. 7,000 movies. So we have 283 million customers, including the ones that are sharing password, like the people in my house that stay with me using my password. 283 million watching 17,000 titles. So we can see here now that they need powerful computers to store all these movies and to also process. So while I'm watching this movie, 283 million customers are also accessing all these movies. They're accessing these movies. Now, the problem is, have you visited some site and they will say the site is down? Bandwidth exceeded. The site is down, right? because they can't access it. That is why the website is down. They can't access it. So this is very, very important. Very, very important. So this is the concept of cloud. If Netflix had a website, the website will crash. So Netflix uses AWS. They make use of AWS. So I needed to say that. They make use of AWS. So I hope that explains the concept of cloud. So how many of you got that explanation using Netflix? How many of you get that explanation using Netflix? Right. So, okay, I can see a lot of hands raised. So that means you got the explanation, and I'm happy to hear that you got that explanation. Right. So that's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know that you got my explanation. That you got my explanation. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute to sort out one or two things here. So let's get back right to our slide. Let's get back to our slide. Okay, so I'll just rush through this. And transition to tech. So it's based on the concept of utility. I've explained that cloud computing offers scalability, flexibility, cost savings, security. There are three types of cloud computing service: IaaS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. We have to go more into that. So I've said why the demand, COVID pandemic, professionals with cloud skills are witnessing a spike in demand from hiring companies. There are multiple roles in cloud computing. There's a cloud architect, cloud engineer, cloud security analyst, cloud database administrator. The market is big. We have AWS, we have Azure, we have GCP, and they are very important. Microsoft powers a lot of companies already, so you can't do anything without Microsoft. AWS is coming out strongly. GCP is coming out strongly. So that's why we teach our students all the three. And I always say this, that cloud computing is the #1 tech job for Africans looking for remote jobs or visa sponsorship, because cloud is pervasive. Cloud is everywhere. So you need cloud, right? And so we have AWS, we have Azure, we have GCP. Software testing is a bonus program, so we'll share that with you because of our time, right? So let me go back to my slide and share one or two things with you before I call on one of our students to share with you their experience with Hagital. Their experience with Hagital. Them to share their experience with Hagital. Right. So let's get going. 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 So okay, so let's move. Let's move. Right back to my slide. Back to my outline. So what exactly is cloud computing? I've answered that. Then the next thing is how to break into cloud engineering. Next steps, questions and answers. So at this point, I'll be bringing in one of our students. So I think tonight we have Wisdom is a student of Hagital. We have Mary. We have, let me check if Wisdom is already here. Okay, Wisdom is here already. So I'll be bringing in Wisdom. I'll be bringing in Wisdom to talk to us. So Wisdom is an ex-student of Hagital who is doing great things, and I will call on him to share his experience with us before I lead us into how to break into cloud engineering. So let's hear from somebody who used to be like you, who watched me some maybe months back, or maybe not up to a year, and they is now a cloud engineer. So Wisdom, you are welcome to tonight's session. Can we
Good
see
evening,
your
sir.
face?
Sure.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, how are you doing?
Very fine. Thank you very much. Thank
Okay,
you.
just to see your face. Yeah, good to see your face. So you are
All
welcome.
right.
Yeah. So I just have a few questions. I know some maybe this year, maybe last year, you were on this webinar, just like everyone here, listening to me and wondering that, hope these people are not scammers,
It was just
right?
exactly the same last December last year.
Oh, interesting. And
Yeah.
today, I'm really happy to know that you are doing amazing things in the field of cloud, right? So
Yeah.
I want you to first of all introduce yourself to our viewers, and what you do. Just introduce yourself briefly before we go to the other questions. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pastor. I really appreciate this opportunity. Right. So, okay, my name is Wisdom, me Wisdom Bezali, and I this time last year I enrolled as um I enrolled with cloud with Hagital as a cloud engineering students. Yeah. So currently I'm a cloud engineer with Layer 3, a cloud service provider in Lagos State. So I got the role just after my cohort ended some months back, just like in 3 months or so. I got the role, and also a teaching assistant also here at AGCAL. So I got basically doing like three cloud jobs at the moment, of which one is a teaching role and two are cloud infrastructure roles. So
Wonderful.
that's
Mm. So the next question is, how did you get to know about Agital? Right. Yeah, I heard the
okay.
part that you currently do three jobs. One is a remote role, one is a
Yes.
physical job, and the other one is you are a teaching assistant with Agital. So
Yes.
how did you get to know about HOS? Mm.
Okay. On Instagram, basically, I was doing actually I didn't even get into in cloud engineering at first. I got to know about it on Instagram. The ad just came up. I was like, this ad, take. I've been looking to do tech. I've been lazy. I've just been like, me, I cannot program. I cannot do all of those stuff. When I see code, my head just mess up. When I see those jobs. I just like, no, I'm not ready for this. So I just click the link and I was like Microsoft 365 engineering, and I got Mr. Pastor spoke and I was convinced and I registered. And that was September. The course started, the tutor was fantastic, Miss Jenny. I was like, wow. And I discovered that she herself was a DevOps engineer. I was like, DevOps. I asked her, DevOps, like, what is the difference? Which one is bigger? But like, DevOps is like top three tech jobs in the world. DevOps, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence. I was like, why am I now doing Microsoft 3? I just registered again. I was not doing two cohorts with Hagital then. So I registered for DevOps, and it went well, 6 months time. I wrote my certifications and passed, and here I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it's also good that you mentioned DevOps, because I could see some people asking questions. Oh, does it involve DevOps? Is there DevOps there? We teach you everything, both DevOps and the cloud platform. So I also said that during the presentation. So now you listen to me just like people are listening to me today. But what made you
Yeah.
to register for the program? What made you to register for the program? Why did you register that day? Why did you just say, oh my, these people are just, that's how all of them used to do, Joe. That's how they would talk, and we'll get there, we won't say anything. So what do you have
Okay,
to
why
say?
I registered? Many things, many reasons I registered, right?
Yeah.
Because first of all, I was always scared of tech because of programming. And when you made it clear to us that we didn't need any knowledge at all, I've never been in tech. I'm not a very, very techie person. I will not even lie to myself. I'm not a techie person. I've been in business since I was doing business and I was like, okay, business might go like this, business might go like that. But tech is something the top 10 richest men, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, everybody are doing tech. Let me just do my own. And I got into tech. I was like, okay. And why I was able to you convinced me like you left your oil job and came to tech. Like who leaves oil job for tech? Okay, something must be in this tech. I was like, okay, let me do it. And that was that was how I was convinced. And
Interesting. So, regarding the training program, right? You mentioned Jennifer, right? And you
yeah,
also mentioned um, who was your tutor? Was it I
Miss
know Mr. Raf?
Bumi, yeah, Bumi was my
Okay,
tutor.
Bumi. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, how was the training program like when you got into the program? Like, what were your fears before you enrolled, and when the classes started, how was it like? It was a 6 months program, so just give us an overview.
Okay, when it started, right, um it was quite she knew how to take us gradually, right? Gradually all this cloud computing and it got stronger and stronger. But at
So, for
some
our
point it
viewers,
was
Bumi is a lawyer.
yes, she's a lawyer.
Yeah,
She's a lawyer
yeah,
coming into tech. Like that even
yeah,
encouraged me, right? That even
yeah.
encouraged me because she's a lawyer and she's married. She doesn't really have time to do much, but yet she was able to do tech. I was like, if she's a lawyer and she's married, me that is a science student. And I'm a man. I'm not married. This thing is small thing. I'll chop it. So,
Mm,
so that's how I got in, and many times it was quite. I was like, okay, this thing is getting stronger, and I feel like I'm overwhelmed, right?
mm,
But my
mm,
career coach, Mr. Raphael, was always whenever there was career coaching section for us, like I think it
mm.
was once or twice in a month then. Whenever I hear him speak, I feel so motivated.
Yes,
I
sir.
when he tells me, he made me draw my calendar.
Mm,
I have a board here, right here.
mm,
He made me get this
mm,
board. I write my plans. He ginger. I say, if you are not doing this, you are wrong. I was like, okay, I'll do it. Whenever I feed him and I listen to him, I'm energized. And
mm,
I go back to my board. I do my stuff. I do my so my apply skills. I do my apply skills. I get prepared for my certifications, and probably before a week before the next career coaching session, I'm already feel like this thing is in my head. He comes back again. Like he was always available. I go to his DM whenever I want. I tell him, sir, this was happening. This was happening. I'm like, don't worry. In fact, many times he would send me link to some kind of videos that could help me. And whenever there were even job opportunities, it would be in my DM. Look at this link, apply. Look at this link, apply. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
one
And a lot of students get those jobs, though. Like in the last
yes,
1 or 2 weeks now, he has sent me like 4 of our students who have gotten jobs. But many of them
yes,
always
very
hide.
nice.
You saw it.
See them on LinkedIn. They come as
Yeah,
I just got a job with so and so
yeah,
person, and we are both in the same cohort at Hagital. I'm like,
yeah.
post this thing on the group. Nobody posts on the group. Like people just want to hide
No,
and
they
do their
won't
stuff.
now. They are afraid of
So
village
that was
people.
so that was it basically. Mr. Rafe really encouraged me. Mr. Rafe, Miss Jenny,
Yeah.
even until now, Miss Jenny, even she wasn't my cohort, she wasn't my tutor for cloud,
Mm,
but she was always
mm,
there for me, even until a few days ago, we still spoke. And she tells me, okay,
mm,
this is how she went, this is how she went, and I give her update on how it's going. She's always there for
mm.
me.
Interesting. So, we are still bringing Mr. Ifeanyi and Mary, so that's why we're making it very short. But I appreciate your time with us tonight. So, then the
Thank
last
you very
question
much.
I want to ask is, so based on your experience with Hagital, can you comfortably say that individuals without a tech background can learn cloud engineering with the Hagital Consulting Bootcamp?
Definitely. Like I
Mm,
said, it was just the same by here I entered. I've not done, I've never tried to study programming before. even till now, safe. I'm still not. Within. You don't have. You didn't know. You don't know how to. You don't need to know how to program. Even until now. All right
Mm,
now, on the job on during the cohort, I was taught how to script bashing. I know how to use bash with help of ChatGPT. The basic coding you even need is just to
mm,
type to ChatGPT. ChatGPT give me this so and so policy for this AWS permission. ChatGPT gives you everything. Type, deploy. You are good to go. It's just
mm,
too easy now with the help of ChatGPT. So I can say without a tech background, you cannot be as good. I don't want to bring myself too low, but I was not
mm,
even techy at all. I was not even it.
mm.
I was even the last person to think that I would even get a tech job. I was like, see me, I'm doing 2 jobs, I'm doing 3 jobs in tech, in cloud. I'm really amazed at myself. So it's
Yeah,
possible. It's possible. Without a tech
yeah.
background, it's possible. Without a degree, it's possible. Just follow the courses. You don't understand it, you can come back for the video, watch again, watch until you
Mm.
understand the teaching assistant. You can always go back to the teaching assistant and they'll put you through. That's it basically.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wisdom, for your time. You're a busy man doing 3 jobs in tech. It's not a joke. So let me allow you to rest. So thanks for your time, man. Yeah.
Thank you
So
very much, sir. Thank
Mr. Ifeanyi, you are the next. So I hope. Then after that, I will bring Mary. So I think Mary is also on the call already. So Mr. Ifeanyi. Why I love to bring Mr. Ifeanyi is because I think he's not a young man, but he's doing great things in tech, and is an inspiration to people who feel that, oh, they are not young, and they are old. So, Mr. Ifeanyi, good evening, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Ifeanyi? Good evening, sir. Mm.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud
Okay.
and clear, sir.
Yeah,
Loud
it has
and
been
clear.
being with Hagital has been a very wonderful experience, and it's something I will actually recommend for anybody. And
Can
like what
we
you,
just see your face briefly?
I don't know why my video. Can you? I don't
Okay,
know
I
why
think
my
it's coming
video.
on now. I think he's.
Yeah, I don't have lights here. But can you see me?
Oh, okay. Let me make you the host and see whether
Can you
your
see me
video will
now?
come on. No, I can't see you yet. I can't see you yet. Um, but it's okay. It's okay. You can continue. So
You don't still see
um,
me, right?
no, I can't. But don't, not a problem. Let's just talk
Okay.
since
Okay.
the video seems not to be working. Um, yeah.
Uh, it has been a
Okay,
wonderful.
so
It has been a
okay.
wonderful experience being with Hagital, and it's something I
Mm,
would recommend for anybody.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
I joined Hagital. That was March this year,
okay.
and between March and now, I can say I have learned so much.
Mm,
Yeah, when I got in there, when I started the program, I thought of I saw the advert in Facebook,
mm.
and I was like, hope it's not just one of those kind of Nigeria thing, you know.
Scammers.
So, so
Yeah.
I said, well, let me give it a try. And I I click on the link to join the WhatsApp group. And then before we invited to a Zoom meeting, and I joined. And after the meeting, I got convinced because of the way and I watched the video that was recorded on YouTube. And I said, okay, let me give it a try.
Mm,
Even before we started, I was still having some doubt anyway, because of
mm,
the way things are happening in the country, you know. Then when I go to the class, I said, well, there's no harm in trying. So I registered and started the class. When I go to the class, the what so much interested me was that the teacher, our coach there, Umi, was a lawyer. Say, wow, if a lawyer can become this kind of become this competent in IT, then though me, I didn't have computer background. I studied economics in university. Though I've been picking some interest in IT. So when I saw that the coach was a lawyer, I thought, that gave me much courage and much assurance that I can cook. And the way she was handling the class, taking it from the basic, so that almost everybody in the class was being carried along. You know, what's much interested me was nobody complained within that period and said, look, say I was not, that he or she was not carried along. You know, so it was a very wonderful experience. And at the end of the program, almost all of us were turned into cloud gurus. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, Mr. Afiayi, thanks. So I also want to ask, right, that you've said a lot, but like maybe the number 5, the last question around this will be, based on your experience with the training, can you say that people who don't have a tech background can learn cloud engineering? Because she taught you not just cloud, but DevOps. Right, you learn all those DevOps. So when people hear all those CI/CD pipelines, Terraform, Docker, the thing just looks like, is this thing Greek? Is this Hebrew? Is it Arabic? So, like now, what can you say based on the 6 months training?
Yeah, it's something it's something anybody can learn. You don't really need all matters is your willingness and readiness to learn. Because it was not like teaching you a skill. It don't really, the background doesn't really matter the way it was being taught. Because just like somebody want to ride a car. You don't need to be a mechanic to know how to ride a car. You don't need to know it. He will just tell you, say, look, this is the gear, this is this. And if you are ready to devote that time, make sure that you attend all the classes, do the assignments, and follow up. There's nobody, no matter your background, you can cope with it. That's why I say that virtually all of us, nevertheless, some people were from, I know of a lady said she's a teacher, you know, she studied nothing related to computing. But she was following, even when we were doing, she was able to pass, I think, about 2 applied skills. Even the exam even the exam voucher that was given to us, she passed. She didn't have any tech background. And even the assignment they do, like all the Docker, the idea and all that, was copying. And some of us were copying. So I would say that IT background is not really a principle. It does something, it's not required. What the major thing is willingness and readiness to learn.
Interesting. So another thing I also want to ask is, in the career world, what has been your experience after the training or even before the end of the training? What has been your experience with jobs, with interviews, with projects, maybe even at your place of work in terms of applying your cloud skill? Yeah,
it's really an eye-opener and also give you a wider opportunity. Just like, in fact, it places you in a situation where it gives you a lot of room to select the kind of job you want to do. Yeah, because like just like what you will show in your training.
Yeah.
If you go to the net, you go that there are so many jobs. There are so many cloud-based jobs. And if the only thing one needs to not do is that, look, like me, I'm trying to specialize because of my economics background. I'm trying to specialize on the data analysis.
Mm.
So, but online, if you say you don't want to do just cloud computing, there are so many jobs like that. I should also think that it's also good that one should specialize. That you want to become a specialized in DevOps or specialized in data or specialized in networking. So, so it's like something that it has no end. The training it should be a continuous thing where you learn more so that you can get a bigger job. So it's an eye opener to actually expose you to the opportunities that are available on the net.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Ifeanyi. I really appreciate your time. I know you are a very busy person having to juggle your day job with other commitments. So I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. So I'll bring Bumi. Sorry, Mary. Everybody has been talking about Bumi. Let me bring Mary Ajayi. Right, and I think Mary should talk about Mr. Raf today, Mr. Raphael, and our experience. So Mary, Abid will be joining us shortly. So so Mary, you are welcome. We would like to see your face just the way we saw Wisdom's face. Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Mary, how are you doing?
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Yeah,
everyone.
good evening. Yeah, so introduce yourself to us. Eventually, we have a woman tonight to talk to us. It's been men. So who is Mary Ajayi? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, thanks so much for having me here. I'm Mary Ajayi. I'm a graduate of nursery and primary education, meaning that
Wow.
yes, I was fully education. I'm a fully educationalist, and I have 10 years experience of teaching. So I've been teaching far back to 2014 and all of that. So I transitioned into tech in 2021. I was doing a lot of coding stuff, and he said that died along some along the line. He died there. But then currently, apart from not having the tech background, right, I'm currently a cloud DevOps engineer, right. Majorly, a freelancer. I do freelance jobs, just like Mr. Ifeanyi said. Like this gives you the chance to like select what job you want to do. Because I got a lot of opportunities at some point. I'm like, oh, because I'm married with kids, I wasn't really coping with the USA time zone, right? So I just branched to freelancing where I
But you
get
should
to
have given me the jobs now. Me, I'm a man. No.
I actually did it.
Eh?
To be sincere. I actually did it because of the contract role. But after I completed it, I was just like, I'm not sure I really want to do another,
To continue with this.
yeah.
So you
So
see, so while others are praying that they will earn these dollars, you
I
got the
still earning
job.
the dollar. I'm still
For how,
earning the
how
dollar.
many months? How many months did you do the work?
Yeah, it was 3 months. It was 3 month contract role, right? I was to set up their Google Cloud platform
Okay.
and also managing the platform. So it was a contract role. And so apart from that, now I'm still doing a lot of freelance gigs. So with the freelance gig, I don't need to like report my full time. So I still get to do the job. So majorly it's the result. Yeah. So apart
Interesting.
from being a freelancer, cloud DevOps engineer, I also have a platform. I'm also self-employed. I have a platform I just launched whereby it's a blog website where I just inspire people, mentor people on how to like go on the cloud DevOps journey. So it's been really a
Interesting.
great experience for me, right? Okay,
Wonderful.
let me just jump into how I got to know about Hagital consulting. Because first, like I said,
Digital. Exactly.
like I said, I transitioned 2021. I transitioned to tech. I was doing web development. But then at some point after 1 year, everything just crumbled, and I'm like, I couldn't continue for like 1 year plus until I came across Hagital's ad on Facebook, right, on Microsoft 365 technical support. So I joined the training, I joined the webinar, I listened to everything, and I knew deep down I wanted to do cloud. I wanted to do cloud computing, I wanted to do DevOps. And there was something about the coding that was really time consuming for me. I just did not want to do web development and have to code, big developer and all of that. So I ventured into cloud computing and DevOps with Hagital. All right. So it was really a wonderful experience because I know I had to like chat. I was so persistent because I really wanted to learn it. So I actually joined the program November and the cohort already started in September. I was told though, I was told that I should wait for the next cohort, but I was like, no, 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 I really want to learn this. I don't want to wait. And I actually went all in day and night. I ensured that I took all of because the thing with Hagital, we have live classes, right? We do live classes and they're all recorded. So with the recording sessions, I was able to take all of them. So that I was in speed to what they were currently doing at that time in the cohort. So yeah, I went on to do that, studied, I did everything, right? From assignments, building my portfolio, and 1 month in, I started getting opportunities. Right, I started getting
Wow.
opportunities. Yeah, I got opportunity to be a teaching assistant at Hagital, which was very good at propelling me forward. Right, and also I got some opportunities too, right, where I had to like work remotely for a Ghana company. Then I worked remotely, so it was a contract role as well,
Sorry
whereby
to
I had
cut you.
to,
Sorry,
yeah,
that's one of the things I was telling people.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we all talk about US company, UK, Australia, but in recent times, I've started to tell people that a lot of African countries are recruiting Nigerian tech talents
Mm-hmm.
massively, and people need to look into Ghana, Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa, Kenya. So you can continue. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, with the Ghana company, it was an internal project they had wanted to do. They wanted to just build a Git infrastructure within the company. So I just took on the role, even though I was still learning at that time. I just had to like go really extra to learn more. And because of the classes were structured in such a way that you get to know the basics and all of that, so I was able to catch up, learn extra, and I got the job done. And it's been a really great experience so far. Yeah, yeah, it's been wonderful. I'm so
Interesting.
glad I actually took
Mm.
the step.
Okay, so now everybody that came tonight, they've been talking about the teacher. So I want you to talk about the career coaching sessions. And for our viewers, so here's the way Hagital does our training. You attend the classes Saturdays and Sundays. That's the technical class, which is 6 o'clock to 6:30, 8:30, 2.5 hours. At time might be 3 hours. Classes are recorded. Classes are live classes recorded. Then once in 2 weeks, there's the career coaching classes with Coach Raphael. He's a very highly experienced professional in the cloud industry. He has worked across many continents. So these ones they are babas in the cloud, right? He's a Microsoft valuable professional too. So on Thursdays, once in 2 weeks, he takes the career coaching sessions where you learn things like CV revamp, job opportunities, Upwork mastery, visa coaching, certifications, all this, anything to just help you to transition. He shares job opportunities, internships too. So, Mary, I just want you to share your experience with the career coaching sessions because everybody has spoken about the technical classes. So, what can you say about the career coaching sessions?
For the career coaching session, or usually Coach Trevor has a way of freaking everybody's conscience. He always goes on to say, you know, the why, like your why is very important. Like the reason for enrolling in this course, you have to like still hold on to your why so that you can keep pushing. Because to be sincere, there are times whereby you get some blockers, things might be tough while you're learning. And good thing is there is teaching assistants in Hagital that could actually help you after class when you're stuck, right? So with them, you can, for me, right, I contact my teaching assistant, they help me get back on track. But just that there are some times whereby there are some struggles, and if you're able to just keep pushing, right, and not giving up regardless, even if you're trying to get the role, it's not coming yet, don't give up, right? With Mr. Raphael, he puts us through, he gives us vouchers to write exams. Yeah, with Mr. Raphael's voucher, I've written a lot of exams and passed. I have GitHub Foundation, GitHub Actions, GitHub Administration, even for Google Cloud as well. All right, I have all of those certifications which were shared at the career coaching session. So apart from building the technical skills, Coach Raphael has a way of putting us through the career world, what to expect when we start working as a cloud engineer, right? So majorly he puts us through how to build our portfolio, how to revamp our LinkedIn page, how to apply for a job. He sends us links as well. So it actually puts us through on how to actually transition to tech, right, to get the career of our choice. So it's really been a great experience, and yeah, it's always fun to it's always fun to do with him, really. Yeah.
Cool. So because of our time, Abid will be joining us. So I just have this last question. So everybody has been saying, oh, you can transition without a tech background, So we've agreed on that. So how do you think Hagital helps students who don't have a tech background to become cloud gurus within just 6 months? So I've asked, is it possible? So the Wisdom has answered that, Mr. Ifeanyi has asked. So how do you think Hagital makes it possible?
Yes, I'm going
How
to
does
say
Hagital do it?
yes. I'm going to say first from my experience on this self-taught. Like, there's YouTube where you think you can just go on YouTube and learn everything. It gets confusing because there are different perspectives to these things. Like this person's opinion might not tally with this opinion. Like that in cloud, really, there are 2 or more ways to get things done in the cloud if you want to provision things. Right? So it can really get confusing. But with Digital, right, there's already a roadmap that ensures that you get the skills from the beginning, right, from the basics. It's actually progressive, like what Wisdom said earlier, right? It was easier, I started getting harder, stronger. So basically, with that kind of guide, it's sure that you can do it because it actually tailors for your experience as no tech background. So it already covers for that, and you're just going to integrate and learn more as you go with the roadmap. So it's awesome. You can definitely achieve it in 6 months. I did.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mary. My regards to the family and
All right,
to
thank
your
you.
kids that will not allow you to do the US job
Yes,
that you
too.
got. I'm just kidding. Have a
Yeah,
wonderful
yeah,
time.
fine.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you
bye.
so
Yeah,
much. Yeah,
you're
thanks.
welcome.
Bye.
Yeah. So because of our time, Valentine, we might have to take you maybe towards the end, or we might have to take you some other time. Why I can't find a bid here. I was thinking a bid was going to be here. Um, okay. So while we are waiting for a bid to join us, I can see a lot of you have been asking questions about the program and how to register, what the program is about. So I think I will just share this with us while I wait for a bid to join us. Right. While I wait for a bid to join us, I will just share this with us. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this. So what the program is about, what the program is about. So first of all, here's how our program runs. Digital cloud. The brochures will be shared on the group, Cloud Engineering and Devops program. So it's 6 months for the technical program. So Valentine, you can still hold on. I might bring you in when I'm done with this. So just hold on. Let me check if Valentine is still here. So Valentine, no, Valentine is not here. But I will just so 6 months for the technical training program. And as I go, so then after the technical, then the career coaching classes don't end. The career coaching classes doesn't end. Yeah, so that one just goes on indefinitely. So let's get into it. So for the technical training program, we have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. And that is 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time, right? And classes are live. and interactive. Classes are live and interactive. Replay is made available. Classes are live and interactive. Replay is made available. Right now, career coaching classes. So at the technical classes, of course, you learn Microsoft Azure. You learn Microsoft Azure. You learn AWS. You learn GCP. Right now, the program is project-based, practical. By now, you should have known it's practical. No stories. We are not into theories. Practical. Then you also you get certifications. So some of those certifications will be listed on the groups in the coming days. Get certifications in Azure, GCP, Devops. So many certifications, a whole lot of certifications. So now that is for the technical classes. Now, another thing about Hagital, like I said, the classes are live, they are interactive, the classes are also recorded, and the replay is made available to you. Another thing is teaching assistants are available. Teaching assistants are available. So we have teaching assistants. So they work from Mondays to Saturdays. And they help you with any challenge. They help you with challenges. Challenges you might face. If you are stuck at any point, teaching assistants are always there to help you. They work every day, Monday to Saturday. So these teaching assistants are outside your classes. Now let's get moving. Now, another thing about the classes, we now have what we call the career coaching classes. This takes place on Thursdays. It's handled by Coach Raphael Thursdays. This is by Coach Raphael. Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Right, so that is handled by Coach Raphael. Handled by Coach Raphael. And what do you learn at the career coaching classes? CV revamp. You learn CV revamp. You learn LinkedIn optimization. You learn Upwork mastery. You learn tech visa coaching, interview prep, how to apply to remote job websites, how to apply to remote job websites, and a host of other things, tech visa coaching, a host of other things. A host of other things, right? So you learn all that, how to apply to remote job website, interview prep, right? So now career coaching doesn't end. Career coaching doesn't end. It just goes on. Even when your plan is over, it continues, because even when you get the job, you might still need support on the job. You might still need on-the-job support. So it just goes on, right? Because things are changing. You need all the knowledge that you can get, right? So now classes starts next week, Saturday, which is 20, if I'm right, that should be 28th of December. 28th of December, right? And registration also closes next week, Saturday. More details will be shared on the group next week, Saturday, 28th December. Now, the program, we charge 350 British pounds. for this program, right? But for those who in Nigeria, and for this cohort, this is the last time we are going to be having this kind of promo. We are going into a new year, so this is like the end of the year promo, just in the year. From next year, whether you are in Nigeria or you are in the UK, you all pay the same amount. Sorry, right? So, but we are just, so normally you should pay like 700K, but if you're in Nigeria, you can do 300K one-time payment. So this no 300K one-time payment or 200K now and 150K by January ending for two-time payment. Please take notes. This is the last time this promo we have. From next year, the Nigerian class and the British class will all be the same amount, right? So we are just giving Nigerians like a 50% discount, right? But from next year, you all will pay the same thing, right? So for those who want to pay, you can pay into this account, the Providence account. Right, you can pay into this account, it's a Providence account. And if you have inquiries, I'll give you a WhatsApp number. You can chat up the WhatsApp number. Inquiries for registration, WhatsApp +2348077587734. So WhatsApp this for inquiries, right? For inquiries. Now, as long as you're on the WhatsApp group, rest assured that more details about the program will be shared on the WhatsApp group, right? But this is basically what the entire program is about. Like I said, this is a promo program. It's ending by next week, Saturday. Training starts next week, Saturday. And that same next week, Saturday, we'll be having the classes starting. So registration ends next week, Saturday. Classes also starts next week, Saturday. 300K one-time payment. If you are doing two-time payment, 200K and 150K by January ending. Please take note, from January, the Nigerian cohort and the UK cohort will go for the same amount. It will now be 700K, 700,000 naira, which is 350 British pounds. So please take note of that and take note of that so that next year will not come and we'll now have story. So we have a bid in the house right away. A bid, you are welcome.
Thank
I can
you
see
very
you.
much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
How are you doing, Abid? Good to see you. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Yes, likewise. Good to see you as well. I'm good, thank you. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
Very fine. Yeah, I've actually been on leave. I traveled to just relax myself, and I just had to do this end of the year promo because, as our students are aware of, from next year, all our programs are being reviewed. But we just felt let's do this last one for the year for people before the review starts. So I've actually been on vacation now for a while, and I think I look refreshed.
Yes, you do. Even though you do say so yourself, you do.
Interesting. So just so the students tonight are the cloud engineering students. They are the Nigerian cohort, and we just want to learn from you so that they can get some tips based on your experience. So the first question I have tonight is, why do recruiters go on LinkedIn to poach for candidates instead of running a job advert? What do they look out for in the LinkedIn profile before they send an interview invite to the candidate? And what other websites do recruiters use aside LinkedIn? So it's like a 3-in-1 question. So
Okay.
yeah,
And we
over to
like
you.
our 3-in-1 question. So thank you for
Yes.
that. So let's kick
Yeah.
off right into the deep end. And so great question, by the way. So if I dive straight into it, recruiters actually use LinkedIn because it gives them direct access to a vast pool of passive candidates. That's the most important thing. And those who aren't actively applying for jobs but might be open to new opportunities. So, job adverts typically attract candidates who are actively searching, but LinkedIn then allows recruiters to go beyond that and target professionals who have the exact skills, experience, and industry knowledge that they need for the role. And they will have been given these specific set of instructions from the hiring manager. So it's easier that way then for recruiters to go out there and actually handpick something, like handpicking your own sort of customizable, I don't know, gift from a shelf. That you can actually customize. So think of it like a recruiter going shopping with a specific list rather than browsing a general market. I think that's probably one of the best analogies. And it's also much faster and more targeted rather than putting out that job advert, hoping, wishing, and praying that the right person sees that advert, and then waiting for them to apply. So running an advert, of course, can bring hundreds of applications, and let's be honest, not all of them will match the job requirements. So on LinkedIn, recruiters can search and directly approach candidates based on location, and we've spoken about location and skills before as well, certifications, and even specific companies that they've worked for as well. So as a recruiter, what would I look for in a LinkedIn profile before sending an interview invite? So just a few sort of quick points here rather than going into them in too much detail, but headline and summary. These are one of the first things that not just a recruiter, but anybody sees on any other profile, the headline and summary. So a clear headline like cloud engineer, AWS certified, DevOps specialist grabs attention, and a compelling summary tells your story, what you do, your achievements, and what makes you unique. So a headline, a good headline summary is one of the key things that we look for. And then we look for skills and, of course, keywords as well. So recruiters will search for specific skills. In the example that I'm going to give, it ties in with what we're discussing today. So things like perhaps AWS, Kubernetes, Terraform, or a CI/CD, continuous improvement, continuous development pipeline. So make sure your keywords are included in your profile, and if they're relevant, they should be clearly, in your profile according to your expertise. So experience and impact, of course, we're going to have a look at that as well. So it beyond just listing titles, that we will look for measurable achievements. For example, instead of saying something like implemented cloud solutions, write perhaps something like reduced cloud cost by 30% through optimized AWS architecture. So, and I'm sure you'd agree with me here as well. If you were looking at a profile, I'm sure you'd prefer the second statement as opposed to implemented cloud solutions, because that doesn't really give you that much to go on. So be as specific as you can. Certifications, we've always talked about certifications. So cloud and
Yes.
DevOps roles are, value certifications like AWS Solutions Architect, Azure DevOps Engineer, Google Cloud Professional Engineer. Highlight
Yeah.
these prominently. And the fifth thing that we do look at, but it's not the be all and end all, is the bottom section of a LinkedIn profile, which shows you, or shows clearly your recommendations and activity. So recruiters can also look at endorsements, recommendations, because they add a lot of weight to your LinkedIn profile. And then finally, the third part of your question, and I'm just going to quickly go through some potential sites that we would use apart from LinkedIn. So sites like GitHub, Stack Overflow,
Yeah.
AngelList, Indeed, there's
Mm.
Glassdoor as well, and then specialized platforms as well for clouds and DevOps sites like dev.to or HackerRank, and even Reddit communities. And I have spoken in the past to tell you that sometimes recruiters do even go and look in places like Facebook and Twitter and other
Twitter, yeah.
social media platforms as well. And again, I know we've spoken about culture in the past as well. So, if the team dynamics suggest, for example, that we need a female on the team, so we will go and look at LinkedIn groups like Women in Tech or Women in IT, and there are quite a few prominent groups out there. So, depending on our needs, we will, of course, tailor our search as recruiters to match exactly what the hiring manager will be looking for.
Interesting. Interesting. So because of our time, the next question is, there are some of these candidates who will be looking for visa sponsorship jobs
Hmm.
to Europe and to UK. So what would be your advice to them on how to access these jobs and how to get these jobs? So for our viewers, some of you might not understand what a visa sponsorship job is. It means that you get a job that sponsors your visa to the country. United Kingdom, Malta, Germany, Estonia, Latvia, Poland, they are some of the countries that have a lot of these kind of tech jobs. So what's your advice to the incoming students on this? Yeah.
Mhm. So I personally have hired quite a lot of people, um,
Mm,
particularly, especially at Microsoft, from all over the globe, that people that have required visa sponsorship. And the thing that I would say is that landing a visa sponsorship job requires a very targeted approach and quite a lot of strategic planning as well. So let me give you some insider tips in terms of how I would go about it, basically. So the first thing that I would look at if I'm looking for a role that requires visa sponsorship is focus on the roles that are in demand. So just to give you a bit of the story from the other side, visa sponsorship is quite expensive for employers, so they're more likely to sponsor candidates in fields where there's a talent shortage. And I know we've spoken about this a lot before as well. So tech roles like cloud and DevOps engineering, software development, data
mm,
analytics, and healthcare professionals, they're in high demand in the UK right now. So research the UK shortage. Another tip is to research the UK shortage occupation list and target those roles that align with your skills. Why am I saying that? Well, to make the go back to the full circle effect, because you're much more likely to get visa sponsorship if you are apply for a role that's on the UK shortage occupation list specifically.
yeah.
And I'm sure other countries, I'm talking about the UK because that's where I am based, but I'm sure other European countries will have similar lists as well that you
Mm,
can actually go and target. Tailor your LinkedIn profile as well. So ensure your LinkedIn profile highlights that you're open to visa sponsorship. Add
mm,
it to your headline summary. I don't know how many people have done this. So it's a great way. I was talking about one of the first things that we look at. So you could put something like in your headline, cloud engineer, open to relocation and visa sponsorship. Straight away, as a recruiter, I will know that I need to continue reading this profile because this person is potentially open to visa sponsorship and could be great for my role as well. So use keywords relevant to your experience so recruiters searching for candidates can also easily find you as well. In terms
mm,
of going back to the targeted approach, apply to
yeah.
global companies. That's a must. 'Cause many multinational companies have established visa sponsorship processes already in place and are experienced in hiring international talent. So look for companies in your field that regularly hire from abroad. And of course, these days you can get all this information at the click of a button on Google or any other search engine. Leverage job boards as well. Use platforms like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed as well, and filter jobs that mention visa sponsorship available. I know you can do it quite easily on Glassdoor. You can do it easily on Indeed and on LinkedIn as well. So, explore niche job boards as well. So there is a job board called Relocate Me,
Mm,
relocate.me. So UK hired and two-tier jobs, which are designed to connect international talent with UK employers as well. And network, and I always say this, network as much as you can on LinkedIn. Even I know we're in the festive period right now, but a good trick and something that I did quite early on in my talent acquisition career as well, particularly when I joined LinkedIn for the first time, I just set myself a goal and I thought, you know what? Every day I'm going to log on to LinkedIn and my goal is I'm going to connect with 8 professionals that are relevant to what I do, that are relevant to my skill set. It doesn't matter, maybe 4 of them will accept my request straight away. The other 4 might do later on. But my goal there was that I want to expand my network, and you know what? And I did it, and my network's pretty healthy right now. So network strategically, connect with people that you think will be beneficial to you and your career as well, and show your commitment to relocation. Employers want to see that you're serious about relocating as well. So highlight any steps you've taken, like completing a UK specific certification, say, for example, studying the job market. And you know what?
mm,
When you have that conversation with your recruiter, just they might not ask you that question directly, but just add
mm,
it in, fill it into that conversation, say that, oh, I know this about the UK market and I know
mm,
that about the UK market. Again, that shows your commitment and willingness to relocate. And the last thing that I would say here is, of course, stay persistent. It might take time and effort, but persistence does pay off. Keep applying, keep networking, keep
mm,
learning, because every connection and application brings you closer to your goal. And as humans, we sometimes we do get discouraged and disheartened. But remember, if you're Joe Blogs one in Nigeria. Just think how many other Joe blogs in Nigeria, in other parts of maybe the Middle East. Just think how many other people are applying. So
mm,
obviously, you're not going to get it's very unlikely that you apply for your first job, you get your first interview, and you get your first offer, and that unheard of. So persistence is the key, I'm afraid.
mm. Interesting. So this is like the last question. So you're a career coach at Hagital Consulting, and you have sessions with our students, once in 2 weeks, where you try to help them to transition into the career field. So can you just share with our incoming students some of the things they should be expecting at the career coaching sessions that are handled by you? So what really happens at these career coaching sessions, right? Just give us an overview. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. So what happens is we try to make it interactive, so you're not just listening to me going on for an hour and a half to 2 hours, because I get sick of my own voice as well, I'll be honest with you. So it's not all about that. We try to have some fun. We try to make it interactive, and we try to learn through the use of videos as well. Now, your next question might be, well, what do you teach, or what do you coach on? So think of me as your sort of personal recruiter who's going to figuratively hold your hand and take you behind the scenes in terms of all things recruitment. What happens behind the behind the smoke screen on the other side, how do we get the roles? How do we advertise the roles? How do we, pick the right candidates? I know I give you an overview here, but we go into much more detail in the career coaching sessions. We will look at things in more detail, like how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, how to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can on paper, on your CV, how to navigate the first interview, how to navigate the initial recruiter screen call, all the way through to, just simple things like how do you network. We had a session recently on all the things that you should do in terms of networking and how you can easily and quickly build not just a network, but a meaningful network that will be of use to you, not just today, not just tomorrow, but in years to come as well. We will also look at getting on that initial call, your Zoom interview, your Teams interview, how to be the best version of yourself there. The types of interview questions. So there's competency-based questions, there's skills-based questions, how to identify, and then what technique to use to answer those questions. Techniques, for example, like the STAR technique, and we go into detail of how you can use the STAR technique to keep your answers short and succinct, but then powerful and meaningful at the same time. So we will essentially look at everything to do with the world of recruitment, how to better yourself, and how to get the best possible job for you.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Abid. It's been a wonderful time tonight with you. And I know that our students will have a great time with you at the career coaching sessions too. All right, because of your experience across various companies. So thank you once again, Abid. So see you some other time and see you in the career coaching sessions. Bye.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw your questions for the people who have been asking questions, and you can ask your questions on the group, or you can send a chat to this WhatsApp line and you get answers to your question. But just to answer some of the questions you have been asking, the classes are 100% online, right? 100% online. It's 300,000 naira one-time payment, or you can decide to do 200,000 naira now and 150K by January ending. Classes are live classes. They are 100% online. The live classes are recorded. The replay is made available to you, and it's lifetime access. I've also seen people have asked questions around, what about certifications? You don't pay for certifications here. All the certifications we get for you are free, right? Because of our network. So we are able to get free certifications for you in Azure. And these are project-based certifications in Azure, in GCP, and some other certifications like that. Yeah, so some are asking, how do we practice? There are project labs that you use to practice. So you've been trained. So everything you need is provided for us. So we've been doing this thing for 5 years. We've helped a lot of people to get jobs. So all your questions, there are answers. You're not different. You are not like any question you have are things that we have answered in the past. So just be rest assured that, oh no, not just somebody saying, will you be taught fundamental? No, we don't teach fundamentals now. We teach from basic to advanced. That is why it's 6 months. So somebody else is saying, oh, are you saying you're going to cover AWS and Azure? So listen, once you have mastered Azure, AWS becomes easier. That's number one. Then number two, don't forget that it's a technical training program that ends. The career coaching session doesn't end. So at the career coaching session, you keep learning certifications, writing exams. So you cover everything. There are labs, there are assignments, there are projects for you to do. So it's an ongoing learning. So after the 6 months, we don't just throw you out and say bye-bye. No. The training, the learning continues through the career coaching sessions. Right. So yeah, AWS, they are the same, just very little difference. Somebody has answered that. Right. So that's just it. Right. So every other information you need will be sent to the group. The recording will be shared on the group. So don't worry about that. Somebody's saying with the classes, if you're not in Nigeria, you can still enroll. You are just getting an advantage that you are paying 50% off, right? But from January, no more. It's everybody will pay the same price, right? So because people are here in Nigeria and are still getting jobs over there, so why should they be paying any cheaper, right? So somebody's asking days of the classes: Saturdays, Sundays, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Classes are recorded. The classes are live. They are interactive. They are recorded. If you miss the classes, you can watch the replay, and there are teaching assistants that will help you out during the week if you miss the classes. There's a WhatsApp support group that will also support you. So that is that, right? Materials will be shared, certifications will be shared. The program costs 300K one-time payment, or you can do 200 and 150 within a month. So you pay 200K now, then you balance 150 by January ending, right? So it's online, right? So Martin, it says, no, it doesn't clash. It doesn't clash. Martin, the Saturday classes holds in the evening. Your learning management system class holds in the morning. So there's no clash. There's no clash, right? So you can reach out to me. There's no clash anywhere on that. So you want to make payments, just chat up this WhatsApp number. I've written it here. Chat up this WhatsApp number and pay into this bank account, right? So that's it. Pay into this bank account, chat up this WhatsApp number, and have your answer. So if you have further questions, you can chat up this WhatsApp number, pay into this account, chat up this number for inquiries, for registration, for confirmation, and all your questions will be answered, right? So, of course, you get certificate from Hagital, but you get a whole lot of other certifications. You get almost 20 certifications depending on you. If you want more, there are always many global certifications that you will get apart from the Hagital certifications. Of course, there's internship after the training. You want to intern, right? Yeah. So for now, Awoshika, yes, if you register with this batch, you can pay 300K one-time payment if you meet up with this batch. If you don't meet up with this batch, you pay 350 British pounds. That's it. Somebody is still asking, are we not going to be learning DevOps? Everybody has been talking about DevOps tonight. Of course, you will learn DevOps now. What do you want me to say again? DevOps is part of this program. Check the brochure. DevOps is there. There's nothing inside this DevOps. So you will learn DevOps. It is cloud and DevOps. Dockers, Kubernetes, Terraform, CI/CD, all those things, you will learn it. Yes, 300K for everything. Yes, Collins. 300K for everything, right? My time is fast spent. Please, if you have further questions, you can chat up the WhatsApp number here and you'll get answers to your question. This report must not be too long, so we need to end it here. We need to end it here so that people can watch the replay. If you have further questions, chat up WhatsApp 08077587734. 08077587734. Chat up the WhatsApp number. You get answers to your question. Have a wonderful time. Bye for now. Bye.